Man, Sunset Strip, must be Marq, Torien, Bullet Boys, and it's Nick, right?
Yes, Nick
Ross.
I know he was putting it down. First time I saw him play was out there at the Canyon Club, man. I knew the guy was a pro.
Oh no, this is guys.
You know what I mean?
Shit, we've been together
I knew
for
you wouldn't have anybody, no slouches in the band.
7 years, man. This year together, yeah.
That's amazing. So we're just talking a little bit about the Frontiers thing. So now, obviously, you guys are still out promoting Elefante, and along comes Frontiers saying, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
What's next?
That's basically, yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah, so we signed a 2-album deal with Frontiers SRL, Universal, and we're really happy about it. So we're working on a new record right now to be released sometime in the beginning of next year.
Is that right? When you plan to go in to do that, and who you going to go in with?
Oh my gosh, in November sometime. We're talking to 3 or 4 different producers right now, so we're still in the mix of it and playing and finishing up our second leg of the Long Hot Summer Tour.
I mean, what a bill. When you look at a lineup like this, who are you most excited to see? Who are you going to make a point to, like, well, if I can, I'm going to go to the side of the stage and I'm going to check out
Nick Ross. Fuck yeah.
You don't have far to go for that.
And C-Mac.
it's hard on these things to like really make a point to go see. You think you will.
Looks good on paper, right?
When you're playing, you know,
Yeah.
not if you're in the audience, but when you're playing, things come up, or you got to do interviews, or you got to do photos, or you got to do meet and greets, and it's hard to really set aside time to go. You'll catch things in passing, you know. So I don't ever, at this point, you know, when playing festivals, I don't set my mind on seeing anybody.
Right.
It doesn't matter. I mean, the Beatles could be playing, and I'll be stuck in a trailer doing an interview somewhere, or talking to somebody backstage. So it's hard, you know.
I know, it is tough.
But I think everyone's going to be great. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah.
But, you know, how are you? You know, it all comes down to the damn voice, man. Look, we got the voice of Motley Crue, the voice of Poison. We had the voice of Cinderella last year there.
Yes, Mr. Tom Kiefer.
You know, it's tough to replace the damn singer, you know?
You can't replace the singer.
Really all about it. So now, at this point in your career, where's the inspiration come from? I know you were born to do this. I know it races through your blood every night and day, but what do you dig deep for?
Just really past experiences, good and bad and indifferent. I pull a lot from the city where I was born and raised in Los Angeles. The city has a pulse about her that is very magical, and it just, you know, you can go anywhere and see things and write about what have you in the city, you know. So I pull a lot definitely from the past and from things that I've had different issues with in my personal life.
It's crazy to see our city in flames, you know. They just closed the freeway to Vegas. I mean, the San Manuel Amphitheater could have burned down. I mean, that's the side of the US Festival.
We don't even know if they're actually, it's arson. I have no idea. It's just always weird all the time. People, you know.
At this point, it doesn't even matter. I mean, the damage is done, but to think that somebody would start that, I mean, there's no punishment deep enough.
It's hideous, especially with all the animals, and you know, we're big animal activists, and to see all these people and friends of ours racing with their trucks up there to, you know, to help out and save some.
It's easy to move a lot of horses.
Oh my God, it's just awful. Yeah, so, you know, God willing, they can get a handle on some of these fires up here.
Yeah. Well, I love hearing about the Motown story on your way up.
Yeah.
But I got to ask you, you know, working with a legendary craftsman like Ted Templeman, what did you learn the most, you know, from Ted? Because that, besides the Van Halen stuff, that first Montrose album is like the blueprint for so much that came after. You know, what lessons do you take from working with Ted into every new record you make?
Being sincere and honest with what you're doing musically and as an artist. I implement everything that Ted Templeman taught me when I was so blessed to be working with Ted. I still implement all the things still to this day. Crafting a song, making sure that you put it together, you take it apart, you put it back together again, you take it apart. You know, that whole constructing of a song, melodies, lyrical content, poetry. You know, just drawing from different things. I'm a big movie person, so I love movies, going to see them, and old movies, and so I draw a lot from those also. So I learned a lot from him, and we continue to work.
You were earlier about Tower Records and the experience. Besides walking up and down the strip here on a Friday, Saturday night, just, you know, Tower Records, and of course going out to Burbank to the Warner Brothers Records headquarters. I mean, what a unique building and what a team, you know, Mo Austin and the guys built out there. I mean, what's your greatest memories of going out to Burbank there and, you know, seeing their commitment and their passion for music?
Just what you said right there. You know, the regime that we were signed with was the greatest, to my recollection. Mo Austin, Lenny Waronker, Ted Templeman, Roberta Peterson, Russ Thyrett. These were all people that if they weren't there, there wouldn't be a lot of bands that were even played on the radio from here. Ourselves, Jane's Addiction, the list goes on and on and on. You know, they were amazing and amazing people that really taught us so much just about life in general and the people that they worked with and the records that they did in the past.
Real people, they weren't just looking at the numbers, you know, there was something deeper than that.
No, you could go knock on Mo's door, you know, without a meeting, and if he wasn't busy, you could sit there and, you know, have lunch with them and say, hey, you know, I want to talk to you guys, pick your brain about this and that and the other. So, yeah, just amazing, all those cats. Ted, I haven't spoken to Ted in so many years, but with all my heart, I love him and what he was able to teach me. Even though I was a reckless young hooligan, I was able to still take a lot of those things. And we spoke about reinventing yourself when you get to a certain time, and we've been able to do that. To reiterate again, I've been working with Nikki and Chad now for 7 years, and it's just been amazing that we've been able to do what we're still doing. And I think I learned that also too. I got to throw in the mix is Benny Medina, who signed me to Motown. Kerry Ashby Gordy Jr. Benny Medina taught me a lot about reinvention and is just an amazing mentor that I still draw from the people that were my mentors to continue writing and playing music and playing live music, man.
Nick, take us back to the audition. I mean, when you came in, you know, tell us about what clicked and why you knew that this was the band for you and vice versa.
Well, it was a lot more organic than that, really. It wasn't an audition or anything. We just kind of, you know, it just kind of came to the point where we put together this current lineup, and just verbally, really, and we went out and did it. Hit the road right away, really. Hit the ground running. And it was myself and Mark and Chad, our bass player, and we had a drummer, Johnny G, and he passed away about 5 years ago, coming up in a couple of weeks. So then after that, we never really permanently replaced him. Went through a couple of different drummers. And then Sean came in. He's been with us for a couple of years. So that's kind of, it was just kind of way more organic, you know. And we just kind of put it together and took it right out. And it's been pretty solid since, you know. So.
How did Nick come on your radar, and how did you know he was the one?
We were always bumping into each other here and there and around town, and we hooked up at a NAMM show, and we both had these disgruntled personalities that day and talking about how people don't perform anymore and it's not really good music. People aren't writing great music as they used to. And we just found a kinship in something. And I said, you know, we should get together. You know, I know that Nicky played a little bit with Joe Lestay, and he also had his own band. And I really enjoyed his roots, which were very punk rock. And I wanted to talk to him about maybe doing something in Bullet Boys where we combined and made it a two-guitar band. And he was really up for the challenge, so he said it. He goes, listen, I know a couple guys. Let's talk to each other in a couple weeks. But I'll give you a call and see if, you know, we can get together and rehearse. But I think I got a couple guys that would sound really good. So sure enough, like exactly what he said, we got together. There was just chemistry immediately. We had a blast, and we took that and jumped right out on the road. So basically, and we've been doing it for 7 years now. So Nicky also has an amazing business sense and business background. So he also wears a lot of different hats in the band, and also helps out our whole thing with.
The time on stage is a lot of time to contribute.
It's a huge thing, which allows everybody has their thing that they do, and it allows all of us to work as a unit, which is fabulous.
We're looking forward to Irvine Meadows, the big last show out there. We're losing too many of our venues: Universal Amphitheater, House of Blues, Key Club.
I don't know. Can't we make them historic monuments? Or
can we protect the? Can we have at least a few buildings?
Oh, yeah.
You know? How rich is too rich? I mean, whoever owns that land. I mean, what? You know, you can't take it with you. The arts is so important.
It's not right. There's been so many amazing concerts that have been played in that venue, and I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's all money. It's all, you know. There's not looking at the arts.
Last time I looked, there was a lot of land, you know, around California. Why do we gotta bulldoze every freaking venue? You know?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Nuts. And in last, I know you don't have the crystal ball, but the future of Van Halen doesn't look like David's going back. Sammy doesn't want to go back. They can't. I mean, what the hell? Oh, man. What is the future of Van Halen? What do you hope for the boys?
I love them so much. You know, rock and roll is a crazy biz. You never know what's going to go on. So, you know, who knows? I just saw an article today where Sammy was apologizing for different things that he said about Van Halen. So, I mean, you never know. I just know that Ed and Alex, I've known them for a long time, and they're amazing people.
Well, we know Sammy's a total pro. He's a gentleman.
I love Sammy.
Just for the fans, he may do something. You just got to make sure it's a comfortable experience. You know what I mean? Yeah. Michael doesn't deserve to get thrown in the back of the bus all those years he was in the band.
Michael is an amazing person, an amazing friend, and you know, I pray a lot to see, you know, maybe those things can be, you know, you never know.
Just those magical harmonies. I mean,
just amazing. Oh, stellar. Love it.
Marq, Nick, always a pleasure. Great to see you. Can't wait to hear the new Frontiers record. You got endless support right here. Indie Power all the way, man.
Thanks for the interview.
Appreciate it as always. We're going to be right out there supporting big time in Irvine Meadows.
Yes, it's on. It's lit. Let's do this.
Thanks,
Take care.